What's going on, y'all? Sean from MathSwap Tutoring with another SAT type math problem for you. Before we get into this, make sure you like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Okay. And now that you have that done, I want you to pause the video to attempt this problem on your own. Because after all, if you just look at the solution, then you miss a study opportunity. So try it on your own and then let's get into it. All right. So this says, what is the difference of the complex numbers 1 plus I and 6 plus 10I, where I is equal to the square root of 1? Now, if you remember anything about this I stuff, this is I refers to imaginary numbers. An imaginary number is just a number that has an I in it. And I is specifically formed, so to speak, when you take the square root of -1. Okay. So it seems weird, but there is a real world application of this. This is not the subject of this video, of course. Anyhow, when you have a complex number follows this format. I'm kind of getting a little bit more into this than well, anyway, it's helpful. So this is what you call the real part of the complex number. So this is a complex number. And complex numbers always have a real part and they have an imaginary part. Pretty self-explanatory. The real part is like just going to be like a real number, a whole number, and then the imaginary part is going to be a part that has an I in it, whether it's just I by itself, which would just be one I, or some sort of other number in front of the I. Okay. So now, whenever you add or subtract complex numbers, all you do, it's very easy. All you do is combine the real part with the real part and the imaginary part with the imaginary part. So let's do this. 1 plus I. We want the difference. So remember, difference is subtraction. Minus, now it's important to put parentheses here because when you're subtracting something that has two parts like this, you have to make sure you're actually negating it. So 6 plus 10I, we're putting that in parentheses. Now, let's go ahead and distribute the negative. So that's 1 plus I minus 6 minus 10I. Okay. Now let's do the combo. So 1, the real part is 1 minus 6 is going to be -5. And then I minus 10I. That, remember, I by itself is 1 times I. This is 10 times I, or -10 times I. So 1I minus 10I is going to be -9I, and that is your final answer. 5 minus 9I. Now, if you didn't remember this stuff about imaginary numbers, you may have looked at this and been like, well, so how in the world do I put this in there? I need to put square root of -1 and then kind of combine these. Like, how do I do that? But you got to remember, you kind of treat I like a variable. Even though it's not a variable, it just stands for like an imaginary part to a number. So like that's where you have to understand, like, you don't have to put this back in. This is just telling you what I stands for. And so you put I in place of a situation where you're taking the square root of a negative number, if that makes sense. Let me know if you got it. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share with a friend as well. Have a good one. Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you need math tutoring or you need SAT math help, look in the description to find out how you can sign up today. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you stay in touch with MathSwap Tutoring on YouTube. Have a good one.